Well, if it isn't the idiot who traded his elite corporate job to become a poor shop owner.
Kotomi, let's make this the best shop in the best shopping district together. The average employee salary is over 20 million yen. It's undoubtedly the best compensation package for a domestic company, but it comes at a price. Time for hobbies, time with friends and family, and most of all, peace of mind. The office lights are turned off at 9:30 p.m. sharp, and we're not allowed to take electronic devices home, so on the surface, there isn't much overtime. But you can't just switch off your brain that easily. Even after getting home and before going to sleep, all I can think about is work. I can't even remember the last time I went to bed feeling good, with a clear mind. I'd probably have to go back to my student days. You build a house in your 30s and a grave in your 40s. That's the infamous rumor whispered about my company. Welcome. Hello, Yanagibashi.
Having such a lovely shop in the neighborhood makes me so happy. Oh, I just can't help but stop by.
Thank you so much. Today we got a shipment of canned salmon from Sato Island in Niigata. It's delicious on its own, and you can also use it in salads, pasta, or fried rice. And believe it or not, the expiration date is 3 years away.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'll take one. I don't have the energy to travel anymore, so it's nice to at least get a taste of it through food.
What are you talking about? You're still so young. You should definitely get out and travel more. On a clear, cloudless autumn afternoon, I make small talk with a regular customer while recommending a new product. I'm Shoji Komagata, and I'm living a peaceful life I could never have imagined during my corporate days. I'm 32 years old. I quit the super elite company of Key of Science and now run a small gourmet shop in a humble part of town.
You know, maybe I'll talk to my husband about planning a trip soon. It's been a while.
That's a great idea. There's only so much I can discover on my own, so I'll be looking forward to a souvenir in the form of gourmet information from your travels.
You're a clever one, aren't you? All right. If I see any unusual gourmet foods at a souvenir shop, I'll buy some for you. See you later.
After seeing my customer off, I looked around my shop. It's packed to the brim with local gourmet foods from all over the country. It may be small, but it's my own castle. My income has dropped significantly, so I need to work even harder from now on. The pay was great, but I had no private life. I kept wondering if this was really how I wanted to live my life, and 3 months ago, I quit. During my time at the company, I was transferred around the country a lot, so I naturally became knowledgeable about the diverse regional cuisines of Japan. I was determined to share these delicious flavors with the people of Tokyo, so I opened a shop specializing in gourmet foods from all over Japan. Hey, newbie, how's it going? Oh, Chairman, hello. Thanks to you, the shop is slowly getting known, and we have more and more customers. This is Koyo Kuramai. He's the chairman of this shopping district and also the head of the neighborhood association. Land prices have gone up in every shopping district, making it tough for independent shops to open. Now, it's nothing but chain stores. If that happens, every shopping district will look the same, with no personality, right? That's why I won't allow any more chain stores to move in. I'm going to make this a shopping district where hardworking independent shops like yours can shine. I'm rooting for you. Got it? I'm very grateful for his support, but once the chairman gets started on this topic, he gets fired up and won't stop.
Hey, Grandpa, you're rambling on again. You can't get in the way of Shoji's work.
Oh, Kotomi, hello.
Hello. I'm sorry my grandfather is always causing you trouble. Once he starts talking, he never stops, right?
No, not at all. I'm honored that he's supporting a newcomer like me, and I'm truly grateful.
You're too kind, Shoji. If there's ever anything you find difficult to say to my grandfather, please don't hesitate to tell me.
She's the chairman's granddaughter, Kotomi. She works with him on neighborhood association matters, so I see her almost every day. What is it? Are you complaining about me again, Kotomi? You always...
That's not it! For someone like Shoji who's come to this rundown shopping district to start a new business and work hard, I just want him to feel as comfortable as possible while he works. So I'm supporting him in my own way. You're so annoying.
The chairman gets heated, shouting, "How dare you call your grandfather annoying?" Kotomi blatantly ignores him. Thanks to the lively Kuramais, I gradually started to fit into this shopping district. Just one more day of work, and then it's a 4-day weekend. I wonder what kind of delicious food I'll find this time. Most shops have a set day off each week, meaning they're closed 4 days a month. But my shop style is to take those 4 days off all at once as a long weekend, and stay open for the rest of the month.
Isn't that tough on your body?
It's fine. Compared to my corporate days, this is like heaven. The reason I take consecutive days off is because I want to travel. A day trip or a one-night stay is just too limiting. Plus, since I run a gourmet shop, these trips double as sourcing and research, so I can write off part of the expenses.
So that's more refreshing for you, Shoji. By the way, where are you going this time?
I'm planning to travel around the Tohoku region. I'll get you a souvenir, so look forward to it.
Thank you. Have a safe trip.
And so, the day of my beloved business trip arrived. On my trips, I never stay at inns that include meals. If I don't stay at business hotels and maximize my opportunities to eat out, I'll never discover rare local delicacies. If only my stomach could expand to 5 times its size just for these trips. As I was fantasizing about such impossible things, I got off the bullet train. I was heading towards the business hotel in front of the station to drop off my luggage when it happened.
Well, well. If it isn't the idiot who traded his elite corporate job to become a poor shop owner.
I turned around at the sound of a familiar voice to see Yoshiko Haburi, a colleague from my time at Key of Science. It's been a while, but don't you think it's a bit much to call someone an idiot when they've changed careers and are taking on a new challenge?
Why not? Who in their right mind would give up a 20 million yen salary? You've got to be an idiot, right?
Yoshiko Haburi sought agreement from the man next to her. It was Rei Kanenodo, another colleague from my year. I never liked him, but he was the top performer. Shoji and I were always like oil and water. Our principles and opinions never matched. I couldn't care less what happens to him in the future.
His future? It's a one-way ticket to a life of poverty. No doubt about it. So what's today? A business trip? For a broke shopkeeper?
It's a research trip to find new gourmet foods.
Research? Trying to sound cool, are we? I must have been crazy back then to date someone like you.
Yoshiko Haburi's words brought back unpleasant memories I had forgotten.
You're quitting the company? What are you thinking? Are you really going to throw away this perfect life where we don't have to worry about money?
This was back when I was still at my old job. I told my girlfriend at the time, Yoshiko Haburi, that I wanted to quit, and that was her reaction. Up until then, our relationship had been going smoothly, and she was a kind and considerate girlfriend. But at that moment, her true colors were revealed for the first time. I'm quitting precisely because of this life. There are more important things in life than money, I'm sure of it. It's peace of mind.
What? Did you suddenly become a philosopher or a monk? You can only have peace of mind because you have money.
The fact that you get irritated so easily, isn't that proof that you lack peace of mind? The company isn't at fault. The work is incredibly hard, but they paid us a salary that matched it. But I don't want to dedicate the rest of my life to this company. I want to chase a different dream.
Fine. I get it. Let's break up. Peace of mind? What a joke. I can't be with someone crazy enough to throw away a 20 million yen salary. Living in poverty is out of the question. Goodbye.
And so, unable to understand each other, we chose to go our separate ways. Can you not bring up the past in a place like this? It's inappropriate.
What? Is that just sour grapes from a poor man? We're on our way to a business deal worth over 100 million yen. Jealous? Or are you jealous that we became members of an exclusive investment firm for chosen celebrities? No. Maybe you heard from someone that we're planning to buy the penthouse of a tower apartment?
You should probably stop there, or poor Shoji might start crying. It seems they've started dating with marriage in mind, but I have no interest in that. Is that all you wanted to say? I'm in a hurry, so if you'll excuse me.
Ray, let's go. If we talk to him any longer, his poverty might rub off on us.
You're right. Well, do your best, Shoji. The business trip I was looking forward to got off to the worst possible start, but there's no point in dwelling on it. After dropping off my bags at the hotel, I checked the map on my phone for nearby roadside stations and souvenir shops. 4 days later, I returned from a fruitful trip that had a terrible start. When I opened the shop, Kotomi immediately came to visit. Hello, this is a souvenir for you.
Thank you! Octopus from the Sanriku coast, preserved in olive oil? Wow, that's unusual.
It's been proven that the feed can make beef, pork, and chicken more delicious, but it doesn't change the fundamental flavor. However, it's said that the octopus is the only creature whose actual taste changes depending on what it eats.
Well, of course, you know so much.
Do you know what other kinds of seafood are abundant on the Sanriku coast besides octopus?
Oh, I saw it on a morning drama. Sea urchin, abalone, scallops.
Correct. So the octopus from the Sanriku coast, which feeds on those luxury ingredients, is absolutely exquisite.
What? That cheeky octopus. Even I rarely get to eat sea urchin, abalone, or scallops.
Whoa, hold on. Don't take it out on the octopus. After that, seeing each other every day, Kotomi and I grew closer. During neighborhood events and festivals, I couldn't run the shop on myself, and Kotomi would always help me out. I'm sorry for always troubling you. You're a huge help. I'll make sure to pay you for your time.
I don't need any payment. Please treat me to a meal instead. That would make me happier.
As we stood in the shop together, people started teasing us, saying we looked just like a married couple. I worked up the courage to confess to Kotomi, and we started dating. And 1 year later...
Congratulations.
Be happy. Kotomi and I got married. With everyone from the shopping district in attendance, we were able to have our wedding ceremony. Kotomi, let's make this the best shop in the best shopping district together.
Okay, Shoji. I look forward to our future together.
My heart was full of joy at this new beginning, determined that we would hold hands and support each other through anything. But, just like our lives, the world around us was also changing. They called it a super luxury building, and it really is incredible.
It really is. Hopefully this will bring more people to the shopping district.
A few months after Kotomi and I got married, the super luxury tower apartment that had been under construction for years right next to the shopping district was finally completed. I thought that the charm of our old-fashioned shopping district would appeal to the high-income residents of the tower, but...
Oh? So your shop was in this district? We got married and we live in the penthouse of that building now.
Yes, of all the people, that couple was among the new residents of the tower. While I stood there, stunned by this fact, Yoshiko Haburi, now Yoshiko Kanenoto, proudly pointed to the very top of the tower far above. It's literally the difference between heaven and earth, isn't it? You keep trying your best down here on the ground, Shoji. We'll be cheering for you from way up in the sky. Hee hee.
Hey, that's going too far.
Kotomi was about to retort, but I quickly stopped her. Kotomi, don't worry about it. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Shoji, I'm fine. But I can't stand to hear them talk to you like that.
This was the first time Kotomi had met them. It must have been a shock for her to see complete strangers mock me like that. Let's work hard so that the other new residents will understand the charm of our shopping district. We can do it. I gave her a small smile and said, "It'll be okay," and she smiled back at me. I have Kotomi now. It doesn't matter what sarcastic remarks that couple throws at me.
What? You got married too? Even though you're poor.
That's right. We're going to work together with the help of everyone else to liven up this shopping district.
You're talking big, but I'm sure it's not just us. Wealthy people who live in that tower won't come near a place like this.
Even if that's true, people's feelings can change. We're just going to protect our way of life. If the other new residents say the same thing, I swore to myself that I would promote the shopping district with all I have. I apologized to Kotomi again for my former colleague's rudeness, and we walked home close together. 2 years passed. You would think Rei and Yoshiko Kanenoto were living a graceful life in their tower penthouse, but they were fighting fiercely almost every day. You've been going around making sarcastic comments to the neighbors, haven't you? Someone mentioned it to me in front of the building today. They were like, "Your wife. Think about my position for a second."
What? It's not sarcasm. I'm just making a bit of small talk.
Her need to feel superior probably wasn't just directed at me, but at everyone else too.
More importantly, did we really need to buy such an expensive apartment? We're both so busy with work, we only come home to sleep, don't we?
What are you talking about now? You were the one who insisted that, for people of our class, this is the kind of apartment we should have.
Are you blaming me? You agreed to it too, Ray. Ugh, I'm at my limit having to cut back on daily expenses because of the loan.
Yes, they both earned a lot of money, but even for them, buying the penthouse of that super luxury tower was a major stretch. It seems they took out a very large joint loan. Because of the repayments, they had to cut back on daily expenses they had previously taken for granted.
Ugh! Why do we have to live such a restricted life when we both earn 20 million yen a year?
In other words, they had fallen into a trap where their expenses exceeded their above-average income. I've already quit smoking and I'm eating out less. What more do you want me to do?
With our current lifestyle, we barely have a chance to drive it. Do we really need a car? The maintenance costs are insane, it's pointless.
What? You want to use a car-sharing service? No way I'm doing something that embarrassing. Your cosmetics are a bigger waste of money. They kept pushing the choice of what luxury to cut from their lives onto each other. It's no wonder they were feeling strangled. And so, what came with the penthouse they bought just for show? Was a monthly loan payment that squeezed their finances and endless marital spats. As Yoshiko Kanenoto was living through those days, another tragedy struck.
What? A transfer? To a branch office in the countryside?
Since it was a company with the best compensation in Japan, being transferred to a rural branch basically only meant a pay cut. But now, she was burdened with massive loan payments. No matter how remote the transfer, she had no choice but to obey the company's orders. Huh? A transfer?
That's right. The home we only came back to sleep in has become a home I won't even come back to. And I still have to keep paying the loan?
What? It's not a rental, and it's a joint loan. Of course you do.
If I knew this would happen, I would have rather lived in a normal apartment and had more money for living expenses. This was a complete failure.
A failure? Don't take it out on me just because you got transferred. We decided on this together.
But there's no future in a life full of sacrifices like this. We can't even have kids.
The word kids brought their conversation to a halt.
I never once considered the possibility that we wouldn't be able to have children for reasons other than physical ones.
How am I going to explain this to my parents? They'll be asking for grandchildren soon. They had shared a desire for children since before they were married, which made their current situation all the more devastating. But to raise a child in these circumstances would be reckless and irresponsible.
Whatever! I have to go to my new office tomorrow morning for a meeting and to view potential apartments, so I'm going to bed.
I see. Good night. Despite their income and social status, the lack of peace of mind was driving them into a corner mentally. The footsteps of ruin were steadily approaching the marriage of the high-earning couple that everyone envied.
It's so cold. Why do I have to go through this?
Her new life on transfer had begun, and Yoshiko Kanenoto complained as she experienced her first winter in the northern country.
Finally, I can take a break.
She checked her schedule at a roadside station where she had parked her company car for her lunch break. 3 appointments in the morning, a 40-minute lunch break, 4 appointments in the afternoon, back to the office by 5 p.m., then write reports. As usual, everything was scheduled down to the minute. Her movements were all tracked by her superior via the car's GPS. Any unnecessary stops during work hours were out of the question.
Huh?
As she sighed and got out of the car to head to the restaurant, an unexpected sight caught her eye. What about this one? The packaging is nice, and the price is reasonable. Doesn't it seem like it could become a popular item?
I like it. The manufacturer is Mutsu Farm? Aren't they partners with Dua Farm, who we always work with?
That's right. I'm sure they could introduce us to the person in charge, so business should go smoothly. What do you think? By pure coincidence, Kotomi and I were visiting the same roadside station on a gourmet research trip.
And his wife is holding a young child.
That's right. Kotomi and I had a daughter. Her name is Rino, and she's 1 year old. She's still young, but Kotomi insisted that she'd be fine in the car, so this trip to the north was her first travel experience.
Rino, do you think this product will sell if we stock it? Really? Shoji Rino says this will be a hit product. With a smile like that, there's no doubt about it. What is this? They're poor, so why do they look so happy?
Yoshiko Kanenoto was glaring at us, but we continued our shopping, completely unaware.
I'm the one with more money, so why? Why? This is wrong! None of this makes sense!
Yoshiko Kanenoto averted her gaze from us, ran back to her car, and slammed the door shut. Tears were welling up in her eyes. Now then, a few days later. Huh? What's going on? Why are you back so suddenly?
I forced them to give me a vacation, because today is the apartment's board meeting, right? I'm going to propose an emergency motion and teach that rundown shopping district and that hateful, poor shopkeeper family a lesson.
A board meeting? An emergency motion? You came all the way back just for that? Having taken paid leave to return to Tokyo, Yoshiko Kanenoto proposed splitting the neighborhood association at the next day's board meeting. Our shopping district doesn't have many people. The neighborhood association fees, which include the tower residents, are essential for its operation.
Let's cut off that shabby old shopping district. We'll create a new neighborhood association just for the tower residents. We have a quorum for the board meeting. If we get a majority vote, the motion will pass. We're against it. You might not know since you don't use it, but we've been using that shopping district recently. Everyone there is so kind. Why would you propose something like this? You never said anything like that when I talked to you. That's because you're always bragging about living on the top floor and looking down on us. Huh. Well, we live in the same tower, but I'm on the top floor. So maybe I'm on a different level from you all.
Yes, she was constantly trying to assert her superiority over the other wives living in the same tower.
We're grateful to everyone in the shopping district. I just moved here and I didn't know the area, and they taught me so much. Me too. I got married and moved here, and I can't go back to my hometown often. I was so happy that I could easily find the tastes of home there.
The tower residents were a diverse group. there were surely some wealthy people who wouldn't go near the shopping district, and others who just weren't interested. But there were definitely people who had grown fond of it, as Yoshiko Kanenoto was gritting her teeth at this fact at that moment. Based on the size of the property I own, I hold the voting rights of more than 10 units, and I am against this proposal. The one who spoke up was Koyo Kuramai. As it turns out, he was the original landowner of the plot where the tower was built. And through those land rights, he owned several floors within the apartment building, which he rented out.
You're the chairman of the neighborhood association. A board member with a conflict of interest cannot participate in the vote. It's against the rules.
The neighborhood association chairman, my grandfather-in-law, stared intently at Yoshiko Kanenoto. As she stepped back, seemingly intimidated by his dignified gaze, he let out a satisfied laugh. Ho ho ho! I thought someone might say that eventually, so just the other day I passed the position of chairman on to my granddaughter. It seems you have it out for my dear granddaughter and her husband, but I won't let you do as you please. And so, this proposal is rejected. In the first place, emergency motions are not permitted under the bylaws. You're the one breaking the rules.
No way! Ugh, fine. Whatever.
Completely defeated by the former chairman Kuramai's argument, Yoshiko Kanenoto stormed out of the conference room.
What is wrong with you people? Why do I have to be humiliated like this?
In a panic, Yoshiko Kanenoto started buying one luxury brand item after another on her phone.
I can't take it, I can't take it, I can't take it anymore!
Hey, wait. Idiot. What are you doing? We can't afford to waste money like that.
What? This is your fault too, you know. You took advantage of my transfer to bring another woman into this apartment.
Yes. In fact, the day she rushed back home, having lost her senses, the reason he was so flustered was that his mistress was in the bedroom at that very moment. He had been complacent, thinking he'd gotten away with it when his wife boldly went off to the board meeting, but it seems she knew all along.
It's all because of this stupid apartment. I'm going to destroy everything.
Stop it. If you scratch everything up, the property value will plummet. Cut it out. He finally stopped her rampage by putting her in a full Nelson, but the room was already a complete mess. After that chaotic day, it didn't take long for the two of them to get a divorce. But when they tried to sell their prized penthouse, its 9-figure price tag meant that finding a buyer was no easy task.
Find a buyer already. It was expensive. We can't just sell it for a huge loss.
With repair costs from her recent rampage and the ongoing loan and property tax payments until it sold, their suffering continued. And, in the end...
Huh? What does this mean?
The exclusive members-only investment firm they had boasted to me about was no longer reachable. When they went to the office, it was completely empty. Don't tell me it was a scam. It's the way of the world that when you have money, these kinds of shady deals find their way to you. It was too late for regrets. Their massive investment had all turned to dust. Unable to smoothly sell their assets or divide their property, their divorce proceedings descended into a quagmire. 5 years have passed since then. Little Reno is now in elementary school.
Today we have unzen ham, a specialty from Nagasaki. We have free samples too. Would you like to try some? Oh my, Reno. You're already helping out at the shop. That's amazing. Hee hee. Mommy's busy with her neighborhood association work, so Reno is helping too. Well then, I'll buy some unzen ham from you. I'll be giving some to the neighbors, so I'll take 5. Yay! Thank you for your business.
Another tower apartment was built in town, but the lack of energy in the shopping district hasn't changed. I've been working for years to liven up this shopping district, but it's not going well.
It's okay if it takes time. We can't stop the wave of redevelopment, but I will protect this shopping district.
That's right. We just need to not ask for too much. We're perfectly happy right now, and this is the best shopping district. Money can make people happy, but at the same time, It can bring misery and restriction. I've learned that all too well over these past few years. In the end, it's about the connections between people and having peace of mind. I once again savor the happiness I have now.
Hello, Brittany here. I really loved this episode because it's it hits really hard for me because obviously if you go into a career as an actress, it's not because you want money. Most actors do little projects. They never really get off their feet. My professor said it takes like 8 years to actually get work. So we do it because we're passionate about it. And I'm so happy. I love every single minute of this. So, you know what? I'm good. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode as well, and I'll see you next time. Bye!